Welcome, welcome. This is DL Chancellor here with Hip Hop Wired. I'm sitting here for the Certified Fresh Spotlight with Kai Cash. How you doing, brother?
All is well, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. So I know you and I spoke earlier this month at a particular festival, and
Mhm.
we learned a lot about your journey as an MC, as an artist. But please introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself to our audience, and tell us a little bit about the beginnings in the early days of Kai Cash, man.
Yeah, so my name is Kai Cash. Don't forget the dollar sign. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I just dropped my project. Cash Rules is out everywhere. And I've been rapping for, I would say, my whole life. Like I was really born into music. It's really the thing I'm most passionate about. I've always been most passionate about this. I never really gave myself any second options when it came to what I wanted to do in life. And I take a lot of pride in that because I didn't give myself any other options, and because this is my passion. I put my blood, sweat, and tears, all the work, everything that I have into my music. And it's got me to, great heights. I just signed my deal with Generation Now and Atlantic Records. Um, and the journey just began as a kid, man. I was around so much just music. Like the world of music was my world. Like my mom, she always had a crazy ear for music, so my palette has always been diverse when it came to like genres and sounds and things of that nature. And my dad was very close friends with the late great Notorious B.I.G. He was a part of Junior Mafia. So you feel me? Exactly, that's how true it is. I got the chance as a kid to be around Little Kim and C's when they were at the heights of their careers in the Junior Mafia days. I didn't get the chance to meet Big, but just being, around that type of energy in those environments, and back home when I'm with my moms, hearing the different types of music, all of it kind of just came together as one for me. And it just basically reassured me that this was a thing I wanted to do.
Well, for me, I got hip to you because we do this playlist here at Hip Hop Wired
Mhm.
called Certified Fresh, right? And I've added
Yeah.
some of your music on there. And
Thanks.
the
Thank you.
album that introduced me to you was 711, right?
Fire.
711 Deluxe, right?
Yeah.
It's a joint on there with CEO Trail, who's on the new album, by the
Fact.
way, who I
Yeah.
love. You know what I mean? We'll get more to that in a minute. But it's been 4 years since that time, right? So
Mhm.
what changed dramatically besides being signed to Generation Now and now
Yeah.
having major label backing? What was the journey between 711, which was a solid project until now? What some of the
Thank you.
things you've gone through? Talk to me a bit about that, man.
Life in its entirety, man. Like being at that time, I was independent. Being an independent artist is one of the hardest things ever. Like I champion, every independent artist that really figures it out and develops a system that works for them. Because for me, it's never been about the money, but you have to have money. And it's like being an independent artist, man. You probably ain't gonna see some money for a long time. So I dealt with a lot of ups and downs in life, having to move around and not having the bread to do certain things, and just learning myself during that whole process. Like I used to be very shy and timid, and being a rapper and the type of rapper on the scale that I aim to go, it's like I had to figure out how to kind of get out of that shell in order to grow as an artist. Like my person had to grow in order for my artist to grow. And being able to really take my time, which was 4 years, and just learning new sounds and what I wanted to tap into now, it was like I wouldn't even call it growing pains. It was really like growing pleasure for me because it felt so good to have gone through everything that I went through to get to this place now and be able to present a project like Cash Rules coming from a project like 711. If you listen to the two projects, it's like I'm a totally different person. Like I've grown so much. My ability is different. My versatility is different. Like the way I'm approaching things is a lot different. So for me, it's just been like a real transitional phase. It's kind of like going to school for 4 years. You feel me?
I like that. It's like a collegiate
Yeah.
journey for you. So let's talk a bit about Cash Rules, right?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm not saying this because you're on camera with me. I
Yeah.
don't shy on boots because if I didn't like it, I'd tell you. You know what I mean? But this album is hard. And
Thank you.
one of my favorite joints is early on in the album. It's a joint called Mentally Unstable with
Hmm.
CEO Trail
Hmm.
and with K Wells. And it's a smoker. It's a heater, man. I know
Thank
it's
you.
also a single, man. Talk to me a bit about that song and how it came together, man.
So the craziest part about it is I had the beat maybe like 3-4 months before we even recorded to it. I'm usually in the studio by myself. Like I'm recording myself and all of that. So when I got in the studio and I had the beat, it was so hard to me. I'm just like, damn, I don't want to just take my usual approach with this. Like it took me some time to really figure out what to say, like what my opening line was. I'm like, this beat is so hard. My opening line has to be undeniable.
Right.
And those was one of the moments where I gave myself some time. I was like, you know what? Let me not force this one. Let me just take some time. And one night I was in the studio. The studio was kind of packed. I had Trell in there. I had Wells in there. There was a bunch of other people in there as well. And I played the beat. And Trell was like, damn, this shit is hard. And I'm like, do something to it. That's like, come on, like let's just get in there.
Right.
He's like, oh man, all right. He literally got in the seat. I pulled Pro Tools up, I pulled the beat up. I'm like, I don't want to hear nothing. I just because I've been trying to do this beat for the longest. I know if somebody helps me spark it off, that's it.
Yeah.
What he did, I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I needed. Off rip, soon as he finished his verse, in the midst of him actually doing his verse, because Trell don't write, so he was just recording. I'm in the other room. I'm like, I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay, perfect. I started writing immediately. Boom. Because I'm feeling the energy. I'm like, yeah, he just snapped. Go straight in there. As soon as I get out of there, K Wells was in there. I'm like, you might as well get on there too. I need a posse cut. That's how I felt. I'm like, for this project, it's important for me to have a posse cut on here because it
Right.
just brings so many different energies and different fans and supporters, and it's a whole new world inside of my world. These are two artists that I work with heavily, and even outside of music, these are two close friends of mine. So it's like it was just a magical moment. I got in that one day, and it was just off of the strength of me being patient and taking my time.
I heard that. So, a sidebar on that, one thing when I was a recording artist as a young man, one of the best things for me being in the studio was having friends or others who did the same thing I did.
Yeah,
It helps you write. I never heard anybody admit that because I thought that was a problem with me. Like I needed somebody else rhyming next to me
no.
to rhyme.
Yeah.
But it does inspire, man. So let's talk about that inspiration a little bit, man. There's a song in there with a particular brother by the name of Nico Brim on it called Trife Life, right? And I'm going to tell you, that's another banger, another standout cut off of
Another
Cash
banger.
Rules. Talk to me a bit about that song right there, bro.
So Trife Life, shout out to Don Cannon. It's produced by Cannon. I might have recorded my verse to Trife Life in 2023
Wow.
when I first got I was probably a few months into the Generation Now building, and me and Cannon had been working like tirelessly. Like we just knocking them out. He's sending me beats, I'm knocking them out. And that was one of them joints where it just felt like early New York when Flex used to be running Hot 97 up, and it just felt, it was just this energy that it just came to me. And at first I sent it to Cannon and he was like, yo, I'm gonna try to get somebody on it. We was hoping for somebody on from Griselda. And I know how the business go.
Yeah.
Niggas be busy. It's like it's gonna take some time because they said they would do it, but
Right.
it was just taking mad long. We was already on the way to get the project out.
Right.
So my manager sent it to Nico. We all family. So it's just like off rip, boom. He sent it to Nico. Nico got the verse back to me in maybe a day. He sent it. The craziest thing is he sent his verse back in a voice memo at first. I'm like, nah, this is crazy. He like, yo, I'm about to record it tomorrow. He sent it back. I was just like, oh yeah, this is it. This is and it was super important because, Nico's my brother. So it's like, it would be crazy for me not to have Nico on a project of mine. And it was just like the greatest call, especially on my manager side, because he's also a brother of ours. So it's like he knew exactly what to do when I wasn't thinking about it.
I heard that. Yeah. There's another standout cut for me off of Cash Rules. It's track called What You Want. And I'm not an A&R, I'm just a journalist, but if I was picking singles, that would be one of them. Talk to me a bit about that record, man.
What You Want was actually the last single before Handsome Hustler. And the craziest thing is this room that I'm sitting in is where I recorded What You Want at. I got the beat, another Cannon joint. Cannon sends me the beat. In my mind, the sample in the background is saying, tell me what you want. So off rip, it just came to me like, tell me what you want. And then I went into my discography in my brain. I remember my mom's put me on to another record called What You Want by this rapper named Nine back in the Bronx. He got this chant, what you want, Nine?
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I need to make this like I need to make this one of them songs where people can have like there could be a callback or something. It just spoke to me. The beat was just so powerful. So I did my little executive production vibe. I'm literally just like how I'm in the room right now. I was in this room listening to the beat just like this. I came up with the hook first. This is how I knew it was going to be a banger because I don't usually write hooks first. I let the hook come to me after I got both verses. I wrote the
Right.
hook first. Then I put the sample, the what you want sample in there. And the verses came to me like second nature. It was the easiest thing in the world at that point.
Right.
And it was so powerful to me. I sent it back to Canon the same day. And that was the one song that I was like, yo, we need to have this on this project. So
Right.
when the label heard it on their own, and they was just like, yo, nah, this needs to go. Like, we need to put
Right.
this on there. I'm like,
Got it.
yes, my prayers are answered.
Got it. It's a hard song, and I mean, beyond Don Candy, you got another legendary producer on there by the name of Bank on there, and Bank is a
Woo!
name in hip hop circles that we know, and we know that he showed to prove many times over the years. So how was it working with Bank in the booth, man?
Bink is like, it's crazy. I met Bink here for the first time a few months back, and I come to find out my dad was like, "Yo, you probably don't remember. You used to be around Bink a lot as a kid. Like Bink used to work on a lot of Junior Mafia. Yeah, he's like Bink used to. So Bink, like building that relationship as an adult, Bink is like an uncle in the game. You feel me? So it's just like with him, he already knew my pops. I put them on the phone. They ain't spoken like 20 years. I'm like, oh, nah, this is crazy. Like, y'all got a relationship. So for me to build my own relationship with Bink, it was incredible because even outside of music, like, Bink would text me randomly and be like, boy, you cold as ice. And I'd be like, yo, stop playing with me. Like, he'll send me a beat. I get right to it, send it right back. So Handsome Hustler was one of them beats that Cannon dropped off to me. I didn't even know Bink produced it at the time. Cannon dropped it off. And it just felt like such a moment to me. Like it felt like something that the game has been missing. It was it was my duty to bring my best to something like that because for me it felt like a moment that we have missed for so long, but that a lot of people of today have never heard.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that type of energy. I feel like people of today are not aware of that type of energy. So for me, it was just like, yo, I have no choice but to go in and to make this record an actual record. Like not just do incredible raps, but to make it a song that women can listen to and we can
No doubt.
play outside, that I can feel, that the label can feel, like a world-renowned record. And the craziest thing in the world, Leslie Brathwaite, who actually did a lot of engineering on the project, he told me that this would be like my juicy. So I'm going out there in the world and I'm pushing it like it's one of them.
Yeah, I know you got a video for it right now too, right?
Yeah,
And
video
it's
going crazy too. Yeah.
yeah, I saw a little bit of clips here online on IG or what have you. I haven't peeped it yet, but I will get to it. I only got a couple of more minutes with you, man. I do want to ask you kind of a serious question. It's not a
Mhm.
too deep, but I do want you to kind of like speak to our readership and say, tell us about the hard part of this journey as an artist. I know you're on right now. You're a generation
Yeah.
now, right now, but talk about the
Now, I
reality of this
still got a
business.
lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I've reached the point now where I'm a freshman. Like I've came into the door, like I'm in the doors. But this I feel like this is is just as important as everything I did before. And in a little sense, kind of even more important because now I got different type of eyes and a different type of, pressure on me. But this been my dream since a kid. So I ain't no pressure for real.
Right.
For me, it's it's like I said earlier, the independence of the thing, it builds character, right? It's like
No
growing
doubt.
up in the hood.
No doubt.
And I grew up in the hood.
No doubt.
I was allotted a lot of experiences that I was able to escape, the hood every now and then, but I primarily grew up in the hood. So what I mean by that is this game is like it's so many things. It's synonymous to so many things. It's like going to high school. It's like growing up in the hood because you have to endure so much pain. You have to hear so many no's before you hear a yes, especially if you're talented. We are in a space and place where it's just like we've seen talent really not matter as much as it used to. And it's all about it has been about the notoriety and virality of things. And for me, it's just like I stood the test of time. And I think my best advice I can give to any artist coming up is stay true to you, stay the course. Don't ever give up. It's gonna be a shit ton of times where you discouraged, where you don't want to do nothing no more, where you feel like everybody's surpassing you, and it's like those are the moments that are the tests. If you fail those tests, you damn near fail yourself for real. Especially if this is a thing you really wanted to do. Like if it's something that you just a quick get rich scheme, God bless you on your journey. You got a long way to go. If you do get viral and that was your plan, you will get viral and that will be it. You will not see nothing else. We've seen it happen a million times. But it's like if you're passionate about this thing, it's just like anything else you put your mind to. Like you go in there, you able to deal with them late nights and early mornings. You able to deal with not making no money. You able to deal with having a job on the side and sacrificing all your paychecks because it's not a sacrifice, it's an investment. You gonna sleep on whoever couch you got to sleep on. Some days you're not gonna be able to shower, brush your teeth, none of that. But it's all a part of the grind. I had to deal with a lot of those days, and I'm now finally getting to a point where it's like I can ease up just a little bit. I'm not easing up at all. Don't get it confused. Yeah, I signed my deal. The project is out. But now it's like I'm kind of reverting back to a space where it's like, all right, now the couches is getting big. I got to sleep on somebody else's couch now. It's just a better couch. I'm in a better crib. You feel me?
Yeah.
I might not be able to brush my teeth and shower for 2 days, but when I do, it might be at a 5-star hotel or something. But it's just like all of that plays into this craft, and even those trailblazing moments, they cut through, especially when we recording. That work ethic, all of the hardships and the shit that we had to go through and the pain that we had to endure, it comes through in the music. And that's why I'm such a powerful artist still on the come up, because even if you listen to a 7-Eleven and you listen to Cash Rules, or you listen to Birth in the Barrel and you listen to 7-Eleven and then Cash Rules, you can hear the difference in my delivery, my cadence, my hunger. It's just like I got hungrier as the time progressed. As far as I've gotten, and the further I get, I'm going to get more and more hungry because I didn't come this far just to get this far. And I think everybody that really takes this personal, and this is a thing that they really want to do and they're passionate about, do exactly that. Get hungrier. The further you get, don't get cool. Like it's still other artists, bigger artists in the world, and we see them fighting every day because they got to figure it out, just like we got to figure it out. It's on a broader scale, but it's like, bro, don't ever give up on this dream, especially if it's a dream of yours. If it's something that you just want to get some money off of, I ain't really got too much advice, but God bless for you, because it's like whatever. But if you like me in this game and in this system, you're gonna give everything you got, and a lot of motherfuckers is gonna have to deal with what that come with when it come to you.
No doubt. All right, speaking in the spirit of longevity, man, and how people can find you, where can people find you online and access your music, Kai Cash?
Everywhere, everything is at Kai Cash, Kaicash. On TikTok, it's at Kai Cash Music. Yeah, everywhere else is uniform. I'm fighting to get that TikTok name too, by the way. And DSPs is Kai Cash, Kaica $H. Don't forget the $. Just like I don't know if they're gonna be able to see it on the screen, but $for the S is how it's spelled. You see it exactly. That's how true it is. But yeah, that's where you can find me everywhere. Cash Rules is out right now.
Thank you so much, Kai Cash. Best of luck to you, man. I think you're one of the best out there, brother. I can't wait to see your journey go even higher, bro. Good seeing you again, too.
Of course. Right. Thank you for having me. Yes, sir.
All right, peace, y'all.